Entering not guilty pleas to the charges against her, the jury trial of the La Crosse woman accused of a deadly hit and run on New Year's Eve begins.
News Channel 8's Laura Reed spent the day in the courtroom and joins us now live in the studio with the details on today's testimony.
Well, Mike and Lisa, 38-year-old Rhonda Boardman is accused of driving the van that hit and killed William Harter on New Year's Eve. Harter was walking across the Clinton Street Bridge towards French Island when the accident happened. In the courtroom today, the state began presenting its case to not only prove that Boardman was behind the wheel of the car that caused Harter's death, but that she knew she had hit someone and still drove away from the scene of the accident. The La Crosse County District Attorney began his opening statements by painting the scene for jurors.
And that's how Mr. Harter's 55 years on earth ended. In the road on Clinton Street with a broken spine, a broken leg, and a fractured skull, having been run over twice.
Grinke went on to say the evidence will show that it was the impact of the first vehicle, the van police say was driven by Rhonda Boardman, that killed William Harter. He added that the evidence will also prove that Boardman knew she'd hit a person before driving off that night. Boardman's defense disagrees. She says while she did think she may have hit something that night, she didn't realize it was a person until the next day.
She did not put any significance until the next day after 11 o'clock on what they had heard that night.
To build its case, the state presented evidence from the initial investigation that they say proves the van driven by Rhonda Boardman had in fact been involved in the accident because debris from the vehicle had been left behind on the road. Several witnesses also took the stand, saying they'd seen someone walking along the road that night and several cars swerved to miss him. Jeremy Anderson says he saw the white van hit Harter, slow down and brake for a minute, and then drive off. It wasn't until the second vehicle hit Harter that anyone stopped to help.
And it hit me. I thought, oh no, don't tell me that's a person laying in the road. And I remember saying, oh, God, no, please, God, no, don't let that be a person in the road.
Rhonda Boardman has entered not guilty pleas on both counts that she's facing. Now, to be found guilty, the state must not only prove that she lied to police about what happened that night, but that she did not know she'd hit a person. What she needs to be found guilty of is knowingly leaving the scene when she knew she had hit someone.
Thank you, Laura. Tomorrow, the defense will get the chance to show their evidence in the case.
And if convicted, Rhonda Boardman faces up to 25 years in jail, or prison, I should say, and $100,000 in fines.